Despite a lack of news coverage, the tragedy of migrant ships capsizing in the Mediterranean continues even today. As many as 500 refugees and migrants are rumored to have drowned in the Mediterranean Sea, somewhere between Libya and Italy. That is not the sum total of a number of different instances. This is one tragedy that happened today. There were some survivors. The 41 survivors, which were 37 men, 3 women, and 1 3-year-old child, include 23 Somalis, 11 Ethiopians, 6 Egyptians, and a Sudanese. And the survivors had been part of a group of between 100 and 200 people who departed last week. After sailing for several hours, the smugglers in charge of the boat attempted to transfer the passengers to a larger ship carrying hundreds of people in terribly overcrowded conditions. At one point during that transfer, the larger boat capsized and sank. They drifted at sea possibly for 3 days before being spotted and rescued on April 16th. So 41 survivors, possibly up to 500 died in just that one event. And it is a shocking reminder of the sorts of news that we were delivering, and thankfully some in the media were delivering over the past couple of years. And it took the media a very long time to actually come to grips with these stories, realize that they're important, that they're newsworthy, and to start to report on them. That these people who are fleeing places like, most notably perhaps Syria, but also places in North Africa and other parts of the Middle East as well, were dying in huge numbers. And even then, once they started to report on it, that was very quickly replaced with an incredibly American-centric storyline of, well, should we allow any into America? If so, how many? Is 2,000 enough? Is 60,000 too many? Can we trust even the children to not be terrorists from ISIS? And that is what the stories rapidly began, and the recognition of the incredible danger that these people were willing to undergo to improve their lives was quickly forgotten. The deaths were quickly put back into the closet. We would not talk about them. But despite that shift in the media, the situation for the actual refugees continues in much the same way that it was before. The treacherous situations that they have to face at home, the military conflict, the economic strife, dictators attempting to wipe out massive populations have not changed. And for those families who are willing to risk it all to improve their lives and the lives of their children, who are willing to get into those boats knowing there's a significant risk of death, that danger remains the same regardless of whether or not we choose to cover it here in America or in Europe, the other countries where these people are in many cases eventually going to end up. And so please just bear in mind when you talk about the Syrian refugees, North African refugees, when you debate how we can help them, if we even should help them, that the horrible loss of life continues to this day. And that's my final judgment.